Hi everybody, this is Vijay again. I'm back with a very interesting South Indian recipe that is made in old Tamil homes. Tambram, in fact. Not many people make with popadams. I fry these popadams and make a thick sauce with no dal. And this becomes a main course meal. First main course meal with the rice and a dollop of ghee. So what I've done I've made it into pieces. I'm going to break it up, make it into pieces, fry it along with the rest of the spices, and then make into the sauce. So shall we go into it? I'm going to be using sesame oil. Like some of the dishes in a Tambram home, sesame oil gives the flavor, and it's also very healthy. I mean, it's known as Nalla enna in Tamil. Nalla means good. So this is the name it's had for many centuries. They don't say yellu enna. Yellu is sesame in Tamil. They say Nalla enna. That is what they say in Tamil. So I just want to tell you how healthy this is. And our grandmothers and great aunts always use sesame oil for most of the cooking. So I'm going to allow this to heat. So I'm going to be first using some spices. I'm going to pop mustard seeds and break a couple of, I will just tear it but not fully make it into half because I don't want it to be made like that. And then a little bit of fenugreek. At this stage, I will throw in the papads. They get roasted and make sure they get roasted well. They get fried well so they don't remain the same way. So at this stage, I'm going to add some water. And say about 2 to 2.5 teaspoons of tamarind puree, because that gives the tanginess to the sauce. It is known as Vethal Kuzhambu in Tamil. Appala Vethal Kuzhambu, that is POPADAMS tangy sauce. Vethal Kuzhambu. So, and then I'm going to add some sambar powder, maybe about 3/2 teaspoons full. Okay, and then of course salt. I always like to add stone salt because I like to use my hand. Sometimes just adding the powdered stone salt doesn't make me very comfortable, so I'm going to add a little bit of that. And I'm going to add some hing powder. And this, I'm going to throw it into the pressure pan and keep it over a medium heat for a whistle, and then I'll open it up. You can even keep it for 2 whistles, doesn't matter, it'll thicken faster. Okay, so we shall see again when I pour in the pressure pan. Okay, so I have transferred it to a pressure pan, and this is the butterfly curve that I got in the mall. This works very well. Okay, sometimes adding a little jaggery also gives it that good taste when it neutralizes the tanginess and the saltiness of the dish, and it gives a wonderful flavor. Now, a little bit of curry leaves now, and then I'll add it later too. Okay? Okay. I'm going to close this, and we'll allow it to cook on a medium flame, and we'll come back after a whistle. So here's a whistle, and I can even keep it for 1 more whistle. Okay, and then it can thicken faster. If I throw it in a pan, I'll have to stir it a little more for it to become thicker. So I'll wait for a 2nd whistle, and then I'll switch it off. I'm going to switch it off and we'll wait for the sound to subside. Even remove it if I want to, because I can always, stir it up in the pan. So I can do that. I'm going to be changing it into a pan and stirring it up. Let me add a little more powder and get more flavor to it. The details of the measurements that I'm using for all the powders and spices will be given in the description box below, and you can go there. You don't have to have a doubt, because I'm just putting it random because I've been cooking for 50 years. So unless I measure and tell you people, you're not going to find it easy, because otherwise this cooking is very, very easy and simple. I'll keep it closed so it can get thickened faster. So when it's done, I'll just add a little more curry leaves, and I'll just add a dollop of sesame oil or something. So when the sauce is hot enough, the sesame oil also gets hot, and it's just fine. It's a perfect dish then. So the sauce is thickened to the right extent, and at this stage, I'll add a little more curry leaves. I'll just squeeze it up. I can even tear it and add. And about 2 to 3 teaspoons of oil, maybe just 1 should do, just to give it that extra color and taste. So this dish is over. Actually, sometimes in some homes, they add a little bit of dissolved rice flour to it to give it a thickening property. I didn't do that. I naturally thickened it. So some homes do that, and that might this is a very tangy sauce, spicy, tangy sauce. And if that gets a little mild, you can add a little more of tamarind and salt or whatever is needed, because the rice flour always gets down the spice level of any dish. So enjoy this, making this at home. It's very tasty. It's in fact delicious, if you ask me. It's so delicious. It's a first course meal. You have a side dish, a curry, that is a stir-fried green vegetable, and this with the ghee and dal added to steaming rice. Add this to that. If you have any questions, please write it in the comment section, and I will answer within a day. Okay? So I'm here just to share whatever I learned when I got married. So I want to share my all with each one of you. So you try and you start loving this cuisine, as I always do. Thank you. Bye. Till we see again for the next recipe.